I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for Life in UK test part 601 by doing morning stretching. And if you participate in the morning stretching in the second half of the video, that is at your own risk. Now, which time we want to look what we all learned about the Prime Minister. We already had it done all, and now we're going through the book just again. And now we want to look what we have to the Prime Minister. And then record a separate video in which we're trying to say down what we all learned about the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister is shortened PM. The members of Parliament are shortened MP. Maybe you want to say the Prime Minister PM. And that is the person who is in power of a political party who has won the last general election. The Prime Minister appoints a cabinet. And furthermore seems the Prime Minister to have important control over public appointments. And let's go back to the Church of England. The monarch has the right to select the Archbishop and other senior church officials, but usually the choice is made by the Prime Minister in a committee appointed by the Church. So we could say that at some place also. The Prime Minister usually, or oftentimes, or the monarch has the right to select the Archbishop of Canterbury, who is the spiritual leader of the Church of England, the Constitutional Church of England, but usually it's done by the Prime Minister together with the committee, which was appointed by the Church. The Prime Minister lives at Downing Street 10 or 10 Downing Street. That is in London, close to the Houses of Parliament. And the Prime Minister has also a country house outside of London, which is called Chicor. The Prime Minister can be changed if the MPs in the governing party decide to do so, or if the Prime Minister wishes to do so and resigns. That means they can all come together and say we want someone else. The people haven't voted for the Prime Minister but for the MPs. And usually the Prime Minister resigns after having lost the general election. I don't think we're going to explain that. The Prime Minister is appointing a cabinet out of 20 people that was mentioned here. For example, the Chancellor of Exchequer, Economy, Home Secretary, Crime, Policing, Immigration, Foreign Secretary, relationship with other countries, but also the Secretaries of State for the Departments of Education, Health, Defense, and so on. And every week there is the Prime Minister's question. And at that time, the Prime Minister can be or is asked questions where he or she maybe did some failures or weaknesses. Let's try to formulate it correctly. Where the other people of the Parliament might pressure him what he did all correctly or wrong. Might pressure him on the points which, in their point of view, might not have been done so well by the Prime Minister. Party system. And then we're going to mention that one time in history in 714, that there was Queen Anne on the throne, and she had no children. So that now, not someone speaking English, but someone from Prussia or Germany, George I became king, but his English wasn't that well, so that he was more reliant on his ministers. The ministers had, since the Bill of Rights, 1689, an important part in the Parliament, because now, through the Bill of Rights, the Parliament had a lot of power, and if the King or the Queen wanted money, he had to ask the parliament for money for the army and navy. So the king or queen was relying on the parliament, and he needed now advisors and ministers to ensure a majority of votes in the House of Commons and House of Lords, to get the people in the Houses of Parliament to agree to what they wanted. And now there was in 714 a German monarch. He needed, or someone who was speaking German, he needed more ministers, and then one main one formed the Prime Minister. And that one was Sir Robert Walter. He was Prime Minister from 721 until 742. Do we come back and say what the Prime Minister is? Not really. That will be the video. That is what I try to say in the presentation. But we don't have time for that now. If you're here to record a video, maybe to do something else, but to learn on how life in UK test in some way, shape or form, you can go directly to the next video. We will do now the morning stretching. If you participate in the morning stretching, this is your task. We're bringing one leg up and we're pointing the foot down. And we're bringing the other leg up and we're pointing the foot down. And now next right apart, and breathing in, going slowly down. And breathing out. Breathing in. And out. We always breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. So breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Again in. Out. Again in. And out. Again in. Out. That was the last time. Breathe in. Close the legs. Next exercise. Legs are standing a bit more and shorter and wide apart. We're breathing in and lifting the arms up. And breathe out and go to the side. Now breathe in and open the rib cage. And again out. Again in. Out and up. Breathing in. Out of the other side. Breathe in and open the rib cage. And again out. Again in. Out. Next exercise. Exercise has the name No One Sees the Occur. Breathe in. And out in one hand, slides down the leg, and the other shoulder stays down. Now breathe in. And out, take one arm. Breathe in and open the cage. And out. Again in. And out. Again out. Breathing in. And out, one hand comes down. Breathe in. And out we go. Breathe in and open the cage. And out. Again in. And out. Next exercise. Feet are standing together. The aeronautic, aerobatic, aeroplane. You're breathing in and lifting the arms up. And breathe out, one arm down. Breathe in and reach. And again out. Again in. And out, one arm down. Breathe in and reach. And again out. Again in. And out. And breathe in and reach. And out. And last time in. And out. Breathe in and reach. And again out. Next exercise is the Niagara Falls. The legs are standing wide apart, breathing in and out, and we're hanging down. And we only have to come deeper down, breathing deep in through the nose and by breathing out through the mouth. Again in and out. Again in and out. Again in and out. Again in and out over the leg. Breathe in and out. Again in and out over the other leg. Breathe in and out. Again in and out, back into the middle. Now close the feet, but we keep on hanging down. So breathing in and out. Again in. Out. And again in. And out, we're coming slowly forward, back up, and making it the top backwards. Shoulder. Closing exercise, we are breathing in and out. Okay. Out. 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 And one more time, breathe in. And again in. And out. Now we're going to close the legs. And out. That was a morning session. I thank you very much and until next time.